gems breaking all the bars. Yo, the crowd's feeling it, energy's alive. Spotlight on the tails where the future arrives. Bass in the air, every story's a spark. Late night on bass, we're lighting the dark. Bass night stories on the stage, we vibe. Talk show magic where the chain comes alive. Tokens in the flow, let the legends provide. Late night on bass, we're taking it worldwide.
Welcome, everybody. I am your friend, your confidant, your man who just got a haircut the other day, and I think I'm looking pretty fly. NGL, not gonna lie, my name is Bill. Welcome to Late Night on Base, the road to Onchain Summits. This will be actually it's in August, so August 22nd to the 25th, live in San Francisco. Let's just be real, you should come if you're in the meme coin industry. You want to be around, the base team. Jesse will be there. A lot of like Chintan, a lot of the others will be there. It's a super dope venue. So definitely come. I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring this episode, because I actually do enjoy it. And you get to meet your boy, Bill. That's always a fun time because I'm a fun dude, especially since I'm going to be hanging out there the entire weekend. Drinks, not actually, you know what? Drinks on me. You know why drinks are on me? Because it's included in the ticket price. Got you. Anyway, guys, what's up? It's Tuesday where we are. Today we have a dope show. Today we have Noice on. Now, if you guys don't know who Noice is, I mean, man, these guys talk about utility, talk about cooking. They have literally taken bass by storm. And it's funny because like the idea with Noice, and we're going to get into, the backstory and all that stuff, but everyone on bass wants a piece of them. Everyone. And they're doing micropayments, and I don't know, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. We got TK joining us, so I'm excited for them. Yes, Roar drinks on us too. Roar. I was trying to get Kevin to be like, "Yo, homie, hit us up with Roar. I want them on. I want them on the show. Let's go." But Kevin was like, "Ah, blah blah blah." Anyways, I want to get you on the stream, bro. We got a lot to talk about. If you want to come on the stream now, DM me. We'll get you on after Noice. So anyways, shout out to Roar and all the people at the Howard. Bass Junkie, notice is nice. I think you're saying, I think it's not notice. Sure, I don't know what you're saying. Actually, I do think you're noticing. I think you're saying Noice, not notice. Yes, I agree. They're nice. Excited for that. Excellent. Yes, next week, let's do it. Yes, let's definitely do it. Honestly, the event last year was so fun, man. It was just so fun. Like, for those that don't realize, like, it's kind of like such an intimate venue. First of all, the Howard, super dope in this little area. And then if you're staying there, they have, passes at the W. But it's just such an intimate venue. And it's cool because there's like two buildings right next to each other. So you can go in and out, free food. And it's just like it's like cool. Like that's where, you can like literally stand and talk to Jesse, just him right there. There's like maybe 400 people, really cool guest speakers. And then they have this like dope casino night. And so that was cool last year. So I know that it's going to even be better this year because they have more time to cook. Bass has gone way bigger. Kevin and Rob and the team have, obviously, or Kevin's like super integrated with the bass team now and everyone knows it. So I have a feeling it's going to be super dope. So, yes, next week, let's do it, my friend. And Bass Junkie, we got to get you from the pond, bro. Fly from Portugal all the way to San Francisco. That's an order, sir. We are co-founders of a project called Topi. And this has nothing to do with Topi, but we just think it's a dope project. So I will be talking about them whenever I want because this is my media show. It's a good thing about having your own media show. Anyways, we'll get Noice on shortly in about the next 10 minutes. Like I said, we have TK, and we're going to just dive deep into the project. Him and bass itself, especially, is making such a push for consumer-grade applications. That is what their emphasis is on. That's why they're doing Coinbase Wallet and integrating a lot of these Farcaster mini apps because they want to basically create this wallet into like the next app store. If you look at David's tweet today, David Zhao from Base, he's basically saying the Coinbase wallet is the new app store. And that's far from it, but I see the vision. And so consumer grade applications is what they're doubling down on. Noice is doing that, but that's the opportunity. If you are a builder, I highly recommend going that route, doing something that consumers can use in an app. So we'll get TK's feedback on that. If you guys haven't done so already, please share this stream out. My stream has been cooking lately, man. If I don't get 2,000 people on this stream, I'm a failure. You can tell my mom I failed. I failed in life. It's funny, in the real world, I was an attorney. Quickly realized, nah, bro, not my thing. Pretty boring, bro. So what do I do instead? I just became a DJ on Onchain. Smart move? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe, especially if our bags moon. All right, so let's just kind of go over what's going on in the market. Let's just start with kind of actually, we could do macro, but no one really cares. Let's just start with, let's see. Let's start with some projects on base because we love the chain. We love the chain. Let's go with, all right. Let's start with, I always like to start with ski because I think ski is Chad's, and I have big bags of ski. Not gonna lie. Pretty much nothing in the market. Actually, forget ski. Just look at this. This is a sign that everything's dead. But it's okay. It's okay. Not every day has got to be a green day. A lot of red. Some days are blue. Some days are, some days are green. Some days are red. Today's a red day. This is what we call a touch grass day. Really nothing there to it. Don't overtrade. Just let it do its thing. I do feel in my bones that July, we're going to have some month where everything just explodes. I'm hoping it happens this month. Worst comes to worst, July or August. Because that would be such a fun party at Onchain Summit if the memes go. But this is what we're seeing and what we're tracking. There's going to be a month where everything just goes parabolic, March, April 2024. And I'm hoping, when that month happens, our bags are packed. I know my bags are packed. But, if you look at the 3-day stochastic, it's completely bottomed out. Look at ski. These are good signs. When you buy up here, that means overbought, oversold. Typically, you want to get into things that are oversold and then just ride the wave. So, you can't go wrong with things like ski. You can't go wrong with, obviously, Miggles. You can't go wrong with, Toshis of the world. Toshi is a good example. Let's see. Yeah, Toshi is pretty dope. And, I'm actually trying to get Toshi on the pod. That'll be a fun one. I think we will, the live streamer of the pod. Just working scheduling. But, yeah, Toshi is good. So, basically, everything, just chill. Green days are cool. Red days are okay. Just know what you hold. These are a trend line since March 24th. This is a must-hold trend line for Toshi. But, I expect to move up. And I expect a lot of people are going to be very happy with that. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, base memes are good, but it's utility season. We love utilities. Before I get Noice on, Noice is interesting because let's look at their chart. All right, let me let TK know I'm about to add them up. 1 second. But yeah, let's look at the Noice chart real quick. Let me let him know. All right, so yeah, if you kind of look at Noice, let's just look at so it's utility season. This is kind of high, but this hit currently hit about 20 million market cap. So obviously base loves their utility. Nothing I say here is telling you to buy or nothing. It's just interesting to know. So, base has everything. It's got memes, it's got utility, it's got literally everything you need. God love 247. Excellent presence. 24/7, 365 all. Good days. Good day, sir. And for these coins, what market cap you expect? Honestly, it depends. The major memes, like the Toshis, the skis, billions. I think ski, if you can go from 40 million to 1 or 2 billion, that's fantastic. Toshi, maybe 2 to 3 billion, that's fantastic. But who knows? Who knows? And of course, Noice, 100 million or bust. But regardless, we don't talk about price charts. Well, we do, but I'm not. I'm just a degen who gives my hypothesis. But what I do is interview amazing guests like TK from Noice. My friend, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hi, it's my pleasure to be here. So far, so good.
Yeah, man. Well, you are the man of the show, the man of the last few months. You are the talk of the town of bass. First of all, we have 567 people tuning in live. I've told my viewers, if we don't hit 2K, I'm a failure. You can tell my mom I failed. I should have stuck to being an attorney in the real world. Instead, I'm a degen who talks to guests on bass. So, but yeah. So first of all, TK, pleasure to meet you. So listen, I'm excited for this to kind of dive deep to you because utility projects, utility coins, like bass is showing itself. Yes, there's room for everything. There's meme coins, have its place, DeFi have its place, but actually consumer grade applications with utility have shown that bass really likes it, not only from a market cap point of view, but from optics and what the bass core team likes. So TK, if you don't mind, to the over 600, 700 people currently tuning in, if they don't know what Noice is, if you don't mind, what is Noice?
What Noice essentially does is each time you like, comment, follow, codecast, retweet, etc., you can send anybody how much ever of any token that you want. So for a like, I could be sending Bull, say $1 in Clanker. If I follow somebody, I can give them like 1,000 each, and if I comment on their post, then I could give them 50 Noice. Could be anything. You can super tip them with your catchphrases. So for example, if Bill the Bull's catchphrase is late nights, each time you reply and say late nights to anybody, they can get 10x your tips, right? So like you can reward them a lot more. You can so Noice is a set and forget app. You set up all of this once and then you forget it, and that's how we've done 2 million tips in 30 days since we've launched. They are amounting to like 120 odd $1,000. Like I can actually paste the entire dashboard because we have a lot of data. So I'm just going to post it in the. Oh, I'm just putting it in the private chat. I think you should share it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gonna share it. Let's
yeah. So and then like so obviously like micropayments is what we think a lot about. Micropayments and social interactions, right? Like for the past decade or so, Balaji has raised like a couple of $1 billion. Like he raised like hundreds of millions of dollars for a micropayment play, and so many people raised so much money because they thought micropayments will win. The reason why they couldn't is because gas fees was never as cheap, right? Now Base makes gas fees possible. Farcaster makes reading social interactions possible. The Base app, the Coinbase app will make like Open Social will essentially like help me read everything. Gas fees will make me like help do super small transactions super quickly. So we just come in together, like we just every time you're liking, commenting, following, it's invisible. So you don't have to text it like DJ and Moxie. You don't have to save 100 DJ or whatever. It just keeps happening. End of the day, you just get a single notification which says, hey, this is how much you earned. This is how much you spent. On the mini app, you can find the best casts today that have been tipped. It's like it becomes a curated feed. Every night before I go to sleep, I just scroll the mini app. I see the top 10 tipped casts, and that helps me understand what have I missed, because whatever people have tipped the most is essentially the highest value content on Farcaster today. So I just scroll through it and I get a Farcaster summary for the day.
That's incredible. I think, okay, so first of all, for those that are looking at the stream and being like, Bill, what the hell are you showing me? These are basically the stats from Noice. So just in case you guys can't read, you've done over 1,824,000 tips, about over 5,000 unique tippers. Recipients have been over 30,000. The amount tipped in USD is $94,000.
No,
wow.
The issue with that is that obviously, so again, we have 500 different tokens being tipped, right?
Yeah.
So if a token goes up, that number dramatically goes up because we index the current price of, say, Noice. So the real number is probably like 200K, but because, say, Noice dropped, Faircaster dropped, or Ethereum dropped, or any of those tokens drop, this amount also like sadly just this is the real time price.
Yeah.
The actual price is probably like 150, 180K. This is the real time value of that. you would agree.
Yeah. So I mean, this number, so it says 94. So basically, it's probably higher because of fluctuation in prices. In the last 24 hours, $37,000 have been tipped, and Jesus, this is crazy. So okay, let's circle back here. So right now, currently, Noice is a Farcaster native mini app, correct? How do we
Yeah.
get to Twitter? Is there any possible way? Because I think if you can unlock Twitter and X and micropayments there, I don't know if it's possible, but if you could do that, I mean, then it's just like a home run in the park.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like a couple of billion at the very least, right? Like if I can make that happen, and
Yeah.
that's another reason why I flew down to SF. I did meet the leadership team at Twitter. I have pulled all the strings possible. There are ways we could execute it, but it's just that if I don't comply by some of their rules, then they'll just ban me. So we're really working and doing everything, because for us also, like Farcaster and Coinbase app both are nascent, right? Like they are capped in terms of users and just the scale they have. um, Crypto lives on Twitter, so I
Yeah.
need to be on Twitter, goes without saying. Some shape or form of Noise has to be on Twitter. The strongest obvious feedback on the current way is that, hey, look, you are going to incentivize 1,000 farmers and spammers to ruin our algorithm. And there is no right answer to that. They are right. They're practically right, because all Bill has to do is, like, he just tweets and says, okay, my likes are at $1, right? You are going to get 10,000 comments, people asking you to tip, like their comment.
Sure.
And that's going to, your post will then be boosted on their algorithm, and then it's a low quality post that's getting boosted, and then a bunch of things.
Sure.
They're also coming with X money.
Yeah.
They're coming up with their own wallet. They're coming up with their own stock exchange. Polymarket has made its way in. So definitely Twitter and crypto, I'm super bullish on. Like, I'm incredibly bullish that there is something there that's going to be quite insane. The best way for me is, I have to really, really, really punch above my weight in terms of the people and the partnerships I can get in, because I'm just like a month-old project on in general, right? Like we launched
Yeah.
on the 23rd of May. So it's been a month and a week, so probably like 40 odd days. I need to add a lot of credibility for an official partnership like Polymarket, and that's the only way in. Otherwise, they will not give you access to their enterprise API. And without enterprise API, I can't read each of your interaction. What I need to do is that each time, like, Bill likes, comments, or follows, or does anything with anybody, I need to read that, and then I execute a transfer from your wallet to their wallet, right? So I can't read that if they don't give me API access. We're already on the $5,000 a month plan, but that has a rate limit. So I can only probably read like 2,000 posts a day. That's essentially, per person is like, say, 50 interactions a day. I can only cap it at like 40 people. It makes no sense. For
Yeah.
unlimited, I need enterprise. And I'm just really working my way through that conversation.
Gotta take some time. Gotta.
Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't happen
Kaito,
overnight.
Kaito, Edge, Polymarket, everybody's been around for like 3-4 years, if you really think about it, right? Like, they've really been around for a great long period of time. They've raised a lot of money, or they've done a lot of things which make them credible sources. And I think I know how to do it. I just probably need, like, I can have like some version of Noise on Twitter very soon. There are some things that we're thinking about, but like the catch with Twitter and any other centralized platform is you are at their mercy, right? So they can just shut you off any day, and you'll be helpless. The best answer always is that you need to create your own app/platform where you find a reason for people to come. Now, Farcaster hasn't solved it completely yet. Zora hasn't solved it. Like, a lot of people are yet to find strong PMF in Base with respect to consumer apps, right? Like, there's infinite money and infinite network in there. And we're not shy. Like, I'm not shy about not trying a statement like that. We just like conservative in terms of what is exactly obvious to you that's invisible to every other builder on Base, that you're going to act on that insight, and you are going to create a multi-billion-dollar outcome that none of these apps on Base have yet been able to create, right? So like, you need to be able to like think through that. So that, which is what we're doing. So bunch of experiments on Farcaster, thinking and working towards how Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, Quora, like, just think of any, like, TikTok, Instagram. ZKTLS isn't there yet, else we would have like, we tried, it's not there yet, right?
Yeah.
Like, so just like really trying to think through, either you piggyback off of platforms with existing distribution, but then you can be shut off at any random day. They might block you, they might revoke your API access, and then you can't do shit. Or you start your own platform / whatever. But there you need a super strong insight, because crypto social, 99.9% people fail.
Yeah.
What is your reason to success? Like, self-belief can't be enough. You need enough insight and data to be able to say that, hey, this is what I'm doing different, and this is why it works, and this is why it has worked in the past, and this is why MVP that proves that it works. Like, you just need a lot more. It can't be like, just because it's shiny and it's ambitious, you should do it.
You can't be like, trust me, bro.
You can't. Yeah. don't believe in that.
Data is the new oil, no, for sure. So let's talk this through, because you just said it's very interesting to me. You launched on the 23rd of May, and you've already achieved 20 plus million market cap. But more important to me is not the market cap; it's the people, the smart people talking about you guys. Like I said, the David So's of the world, the Jesse Pollacks, the core team, people in Farcaster. You guys are talking. Tom,
I don't know if you saw Ethereum tweeted about us yesterday.
I was just about to do it. So in my newsletter, and for those that don't know, I do a daily Monday through Friday base. It's called Based AF. It's your 2-minute source of all things happening on Base and Coinbase. So basically, I messaged that on my post. Ethereum Foundation tweeted about you as like the number 28 app or something. How did that feel? Was it?
It's not the Ethereum Foundation, it's the official Ethereum account.
Oh, okay. So even better. So how did it feel when you saw that?
Yeah, great. I mean, obviously, like, I just felt incredibly lucky and blessed, and felt like, okay, sure, we're doing some things right. Me as a personal individual felt incredibly lucky and grateful. We as a company felt validated that we're definitely going in the right direction. We have to figure what's the 1000x play here. But we're definitely doing something incredibly right. Micropayments. Because, like, look, people... I have a rough take, right? Like, my take is that almost everybody who's tried micropayments, especially on Farcaster, has been a tipping or a complete token play, right? Like TGen, Moxie, TN100X. A bunch of these people have always been a token narrative community play. While all of those things are important for us, I care and we care about product and how does crypto actually change the world a lot more than whatever my token price may be, right? Because I know that if I have done 2 million tips today in the last 30 days, 40 days, and if I can do it every day, if every day I'm moving like $1 million and annually I'm moving $300 to $350 million, there is no way my token is not at 1:1, if not more, to my GMV, right? So if I really focus on building a great product, everything else should follow. Everything else, like, usually the tokens can be a thing with noise, like noise as in NOISE noise. Like they can be distracting, which is why, like, we're very product first. Really, like, even I don't know if you saw this tweet. Like, I tweeted this a week ago probably, and then it was a screenshot of me telling the team that a week before we launched, I told them that no matter how great our launch goes, no matter how high the momentum is, we are going to see a 90% crackdown. All that matters is what we do after that 90% or 80% goes down, right? So, like, just don't even think about it. It's going to happen. You're not as much, like, we were God's favorite child for like probably 3 weeks. We went from 35K to 20 mil in like over 15 green days, right? We obviously knew it's coming, and it's not even about it's coming or not. It's imminent. That's just how crypto works, right? So we did do a token, but the token is a lot more for internet capital markets, or for the idea that you can bet on a team, you can bet on an idea, you can bet on a thesis, you can bet on content very real time instead of trying to raise venture money. Sure. Me and my co-founders, we've all raised venture money in the past. We've all done Series A's and seeds of our own companies or chief of staffs, etc., so on and so forth. And we've always, like, been at war with traditional capital in some way. We've never enjoyed it. So we look at this as like, hey, look, this is like a very serious company, but instead of like traditional capital that people enjoy, let's just go with internet capital markets. Let's just try how on-chain funding works. Let's just see how this goes. And has been good for us so far. Like, I mean, ironically, when you started the call and said, let's look at the chart, I'm like, oh, damn, I don't recall when I saw the chart last. Like, I mean, it's just something check like once a day just to see what's
No,
up.
I
And it
mean,
has, yeah.
but no, it's good to know for a couple reasons what you've stated. So like most people understand 80-90% drops are inevitable in any
Yep.
asset, especially
Yep.
crypto. That's how crypto works. You initially get the first round of people who are degens, who are traders, who don't really care about the project. Let's just be real. But that's okay because you want everyone to be a part of this. And it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting that you pointed out that you're treating this as like internet capital market, which is kind of the new thing
Mm-hmm.
of a way of funding and stuff. But let me ask you this. Are you opposed to traditional VCs coming into Noice? Say Coinbase Ventures comes, Hooli gives you a call. Yo, TK, let's do it. I'm sure you'd be down with that. Or maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I we have talked to like every person that you can practically think of who invests in crypto or pays or
That's
in
good.
general. Like that's what the roadshow last 2 weeks, 3 weeks has been about. It's always been more about understanding what is the play here, how do we 100x it, how do we help everybody in the ecosystem, whether it's the base team, Farcaster team, Zora team. We've spent in-person time with almost everybody, like trying to like understand how do we power you, like how do we all have a collective goal, whether it's venture investors as well or founders, ecosystem. Um, I have talked to everybody, and it's not that I'm against it. It's just that raising is also like a distraction. You need to go into a sprint when it's the right time, right?
Mm,
We have insane traction, yes. There's a couple of blind spots about like, hey, what's your $1 billion play, right? Like because if you're piggybacking behind Farcaster and Base, then you're always capped at their growth. That's the question that I'm looking to answer. You could have 100 million token or a 500 million token or etc. when it just exists inside Farcaster. We've already seen it
true.
with Degen being the biggest home run, and like a bunch of like other meme coins like during that time which went to like 200 mil, 150 mil, etc. Right? So the point is that you can always, like, if I just lock in and say that, hey, look, $150 million token is my goal and my North Star of the company, then we don't even need to go outside of our customer base to make it happen. We could make it happen. It's just that that's not our goal. Our goal is to like actually make a product where there's trillions of likes on the internet every day. How can we get crypto to embed in 1% of those social interactions happening by this time next year?
Yeah.
Because then I'm looking at 1 billion likes a day. There's people, trillions of, like my grandmother to like a 7-year-old to a 14-year-old, everybody knows what a like, comment, follow, etc. is. What if each time these likes, comments, and follows are happening, what if money is moving between people? I'm not saying tipping. Tipping is a very preliminary GTM use case that we used to just start. And we've done these 2 million transactions with just like tipping. There's like one more that we launched today in like private beta. Somebody tried and tested it, has been insanely successful. And we're just thinking about like, how can we make social interactions hold value, right? Like, how can they move crypto? How can they move money across the world, whether it's Web2 products, Web3, open social, anything that we can think of? That's what I'm like really aggressively thinking a lot about. That's what all of us like are thinking about. So like those are the things that I think require venture money. I don't require
Yeah.
venture money if I just want to be a Farcaster or a base product. Like I genuinely don't. I would, if that's the vision I have, I would run it to like probably a 200 million token over the next 3 months. I know exactly what to do, because then I would stop thinking about the product, right? I would stop thinking about what is the massive way my product works. I would just start thinking about how do I pump my price or how do I make this happen, which is something just none of us like. It's just something none of us like really love doing. We love creating things that could meaningfully make crypto high utility, which
Yeah.
is the flashback we always get, right? Like that, hey, like what is the value of this? I want to like make people see it. That's what I care a lot more about, because then I know I have like a $2 billion play at hand.
Wow.
If I can do that well over the next 2 years, then I have a $2 billion play. Why do I cut myself short at like 100 million cap and just Farcaster and base ecosystem, etc.? Like I wasn't born to do that, right? Like if you really want to change the world, and all of us like have had attempts where we've tried a lot of moonshots, things that, like, my first company was a company where I was trying to gamify adulthood for Gen Zs in India, like taxes, insurances, love, relationships, habits. I built a lot of mobile apps. I raised a couple of $1 million for it. I did that for 2.5 years. I was 19. It was my moonshot idea to like get 100 million Indians to think differently. Like that's and that same for my co-founders, right? Like they've all done things where their user base has been in millions. So we don't care too much about like we venture money token
Yeah.
prices, everything is a lagging indicator. Like if you're doing shit right, if you're doing the right things, all of these things will automatically fall in place. I will not have to worry about them. Like these are the wrong things to probably worry about, is what our take is internally.
Wow, I mean, you're literally just like spitting fire, bro. 2,400 people tuning in. I literally agree with everything you're saying. Obviously, from a founder's point of view, you're thinking longer term, and everything else is a lagging
Lagging
indicator.
indicator. Yep.
And it makes sense because you're not thinking short term. Okay, which is actually extremely bullish because you understand that what you're building is more than just like, oh, a $102 million play. If you succeed in your vision, this thing goes in the billions, and that comes with your mindset. So let me ask you this, TK. Where does this passion come from building? You're talking about building an app in India, trying to be your mega play there, onboarding, billion users. You clearly love to build. You clearly love to do something to change humanity. Where does that come from?
I mean, there comes a point in time in everybody's life when you want to do everything in your willpower to materially bend the world in the way you think it should exist in, right? Like, in a way, like all of us have opinions about how society should function. All of us have opinions about the internet. All of us have opinions about crypto, so on, so on, so on, and so forth. What are we really doing about like trying to change that? Like that's generally my North Star. I wouldn't necessarily say that this directly you would see it in like the attempt yet. Like what you see with Noice might not seem like, oh, this is going to change the world. But I and my team can see it. Like because we know what we are thinking about, what are we going to do, who are we talking to, what's coming next. Only we know that, right? So we know what and how is this going to help a million new people to earn their first crypto on chain, right? Because with Noice, even if you have 13 followers, man, if you just post a banger meme or like a nice thread, if it gets 5 tips, you can make $1. Or there's just so much there. There's just so many angles there where if you let your imagination run wide, you can think that okay, this is probably how crypto embeds into the internet. Like the financial, like everything Satoshi talked about, right? Like the first, like I'm 5 months into crypto, by the way, so I know shit, right? Like I
Only
just have my
5
first,
months, bro.
yeah, I just like, yeah,
Wow.
no, again, look, if it was just me with 5 months, it would have never worked.
Sure.
My co-founders have been, their FIDs like 377 and 409. They've been around in the ecosystem for the last 4 years. They've seen everything possible. So it's this combination that actually, helps us work.
Yeah.
But my point just being that the first paper always was about peer-to-peer electronic flow of money, like electronic cash system, right? And over the last 15, 17 years, we really crowded that with a lot of things. DeFi being the best use case also of crypto. But like when it comes to consumer stuff, there is no use case for crypto. And like what I often believe is that, look, crypto won't change how social media works. Crypto will embed itself into the social media as a layer. It's not going to change how Instagram or TikTok or etc. function, but it's likely going to incentivize people. Can you incentivize people to watch something? Can you incentivize people to like something? Can you give people money when you like them? Like these are the places where crypto actually has utility in social media, right? Like it's not the you won't get blocked narrative that works for crypto, right? Like, or at least crypto social. So we just have like a few of these opinions, and and that's what I think a lot about. Like, is how like these 7 billion people who use these 7 platforms every day. What is something crypto will actually fit into? Like where do we fit? We're outsiders. Crypto is an outsider's technology. It's not something that's widely accepted. It's still stigmatized. Institutions have started adopting it. We're making progress, but we're outsiders trying to get in. AI, on the other hand, is inside out. It's being obnoxiously funded by all the FANGs and all the big techs and all the Fortune 500s. Internally, they're funding. They're putting out labs. They're putting out billions on the line, right? So our AI and crypto are like two very different kind of technologies. Like, one is a rebel and one is a baby for the big tech. So we have to fit in. And I think the way we probably fit in is with social interactions carrying value. Is with and super small value, right? Like the median tips on via Noice is like $2, like 2 cents. Can you think about that? Like it's 2 cents, literally 2 cents, and it's awesome. Like I love the fact that it's so low. right? That's what makes it sustainable. If it was like $14 or $3, it would have never
Mhm.
been successful, because great products aren't built on altruism. Great products are built on what does the user want, how am I solving his problem, and how does this help him. Like people tipping like high USDC amounts is that all of them are going to churn away. Like I tweeted this like a couple of days ago that our day 30 numbers are 94%. 94% people are returning on the 30th day to continuously keep tipping, right? But I still went out on a limb and I said, while the data strongly says this, I still think that maybe USDC won't find PMF with tipping. It will find PMF with other forms of micropayments, but it won't find PMF with tipping. Because the highest reason for people to move money is for people with a token. Like if Bill is a whale for XYZ token, he wants to promote it. If Bill is a creator or person with his own token, he wants to promote it. He wants it to reach like 10,000 new wallets,
Yeah.
right? So we're just like yeah, just sorry. I
No,
just
no,
like
no, sir. Well, hey, is there a way we can cook something with Noice with an NFT project? I don't have a token, but I do have an NFT project. How do we is there a way we can get people interested in that with the tipping thing? How that would be really cool.
but can you can you tip like can this NFT be broken down into 1,000 different pieces, or is it like one of one and
Nah. Yeah, it's not like a I think they like it's not divisible, no.
yeah, it's not divisible. Yeah, then it's super tricky. But I'm sure we can always figure something out. But virtually, nothing is obvious to me right now. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out anyway.
So TK, before we let you go, first of all, I could probably talk to you for hours, man. This is phenomenal. Listen, I talk to all sorts of people, man. Builders, I mean, everyone in the space is a builder, but then not just like the Jesse Pollocks of the world or the Kane Works that I talk to, but also the meme projects as well. And then, guys like you who are doing utility. One thing that I always am on the lookout for is someone's passion. And there's no denying that you are supremely passionate about Noice, which makes me even more bullish about what you're doing. So let me ask you this final question on my end. 1 year from now, July 1st, 2026, what would you like to see happen with Noice? Any statistics, any sort of benchmarks? Where is Noice 1 year from now?
A year from now, the place Noise is going to be. I won't tell you statistics and benchmarks. I'll tell you how I want the social media to shift. Is that Instagram, Twitter, TikTok will try to kill us, or will try to adopt what we are trying to do to increase value for their users on their platforms. They're going to see so much merit in what we do that they're going to try and be like, hey, look, we should also have micropayments for social interactions. We should also embrace this, and this, because this is how it's working so well. It's like what TikTok did for short form content. Once they did it, every fucking app wants to be a short form content app. I'm telling you, that's what we're going to do with Noice, right? Like every social media app, any app with any social layer would want money to move between people via content. And that's the cultural shift that I dream of bringing. Again, I will not even say it's a year or 2 years out. Sometimes you can't put a timeline to these things. I just know that's what I want. That's what we are on the quest to do. That's what we want to do, is that we will make it mainstream for social media apps who don't even embrace crypto to start figuring out how does peer-to-peer flow of money happen. So I would rather say that instead of my benchmarks, you're going to probably see TikTok, Instagram come up with features that eerily look similar to Noice.
Incredible. TK, we have over 3,000 people listening, and you just literally delivered absolute alpha. Thanks for coming on the stream, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. See y'all.
See you later. TK from Noice. Wow. That's what we call a bullish guest and a bullish project. I mean, honestly, like I was saying to TK, you can't fake passion. You really can't. If you're a builder in this space, you better have that kind of passion that TK has. If you're trying to build on base, like you better believe in what you're building, because if you don't have that level of enthusiasm, why should anyone care about what you're building? Honestly, that's maybe that's just ingrained in the base DNA, the base culture, but that is the kind of level of enthusiasm you have to have. I have no doubt that Noice is going to just do massive numbers. Let me just see this chart again real quick. Your boy might have to ape a little bit. Your boy might have to ape. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I just came away like massively bullish on them. Jeez. I should like hire, if TK ever needs like a new job as like a Peps coach or something. I'd be hiring him in a second. All right, let me just see this real quick. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is bullish. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, as TK said, and one of the things that I do like about it is he doesn't care about short-term pricing, and it was interesting to see that he uses crypto as like the internet capital markets as a new way of funding. Makes a lot of sense. You had, this is not by accident, that was $0 to $20 million. Obviously, it dropped down to about 2, and now it's just chilling at like 8. So, I mean, listen, nothing I say is anything. I mean, but this is what you want to see in a project founder. At least you want somebody who's committed long term, because 99% of projects are kind of trash, at least not on base. A lot of times after this run up, they just let it die. But you can tell he has a vision, and he's here for the long term. So I find that massively bullish. But listen, we have over 3,000 plus people. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I'm your boy Bill. I don't know if there's any questions we can ask. Otherwise, you guys should check out the Road to Onchain Summit. What is it on? Paying Dimes, I think. Yeah. Let me just show this real quick. All right. So if you guys are interested in coming to the summit in August, you definitely should go to payingdimes.com. This is where you find the tickets to the event. Like I said, it's a super family-oriented conference. It's truly the #1 meme coin conference in all of base. So you're going to have like 15 or so projects there. You're going to have speakers. You're going to have live demos. Jesse Pollock will actually, I'm pretty sure Jesse will be there. Core base team people will be there. Hopefully I see David. So I haven't met him yet, but I will be meeting him in July. Super stoked for that. You have the Film 3 Foundation, the Howard War. It's just so fun. Everything's included. Dope venue, great food, drinks. Literally nothing more than you need. So go to payingdimes.com. Get your ticket today. Tickets sell out. And to the over 3,000 plus people who tune in, appreciate you guys. I'm your boy Bill. Nothing really else to say. If you guys want to subscribe to my newsletter, you should. Just go to my Twitter, and it's paragraph.xyz or paragraph.com/basedaf, delivered to your mailbox Monday through Friday. I'm probably the only person doing that. Like, I know Rachel, my co-founder, is doing more of a long form thing, but literally Monday through Friday, just read my thing. Literally 1 minute read. If you can't read for 1 minute, you got problems. But it's all good. We're in the trenches. All right. Well, listen, everyone. Your boy Bill's out in about 45 minutes. We'll be doing our base Topi Tuesdays. Topi Tuesdays is for our NFT collection, the Topis. What we're doing is we're bringing decentralized storytelling on chain. Own a character, write their stories, and create the lore. You create the history. Pretty much, we actually provide utility in the NFT world. Most projects don't. You get to tell stories, and you own the IP to it. So you write a dope story, turn it into a film, comic book. Be dope. We'll be dope. So join us on Twitter Space for that. All right, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'll catch you later. Tomorrow, by the way, if you're on the trenches, the next layer with Chaos, Chris, and myself, we will be talking about the markets. A lot of opportunities, not just on base. Ethereum trenches are cooking. So tune in for that. All right, guys. Cheers.